Monona for Monday, November 21st, 2016. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Bussey?
Here.
Alder Wood?
Here.
Mayor Miller?
Here. Is there a motion for approval of the minutes of the November 7th meeting?
So moved. Second.
Motion second. Any corrections? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes have been approved. Unfinished business, item 5A. Are you here to appear before? I'm sorry.
Questions.
I'm sorry? Oh, okay. Parking lot. We don't do parking lot. What parking lot? You must have another city meeting. I know who you are now. I was just testing these guys. So there are no appearances. Unfinished business is 5A, consideration of resolution 16-11-2130, the approval to fund a high deductible health plan option. This was tabled at the November 7th meeting. Is there a motion for approval? Or is there a motion to lift this from the table?
So moved. Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It's been lifted. Is there a motion for approval?
I'll move approval. Second.
Second. Leah, anything?
I just wanted to say that,
Can you come to the, for our audience of digits, single digits?
after the last meeting, you asked to have a time frame placed on this resolution, so I just wanted to confirm that in the now therefore be it resolved paragraph in the third line, added the clause for the 2017 calendar year, and then added a be it further resolved that funding of the deductible in future years will be reevaluated and subject to city council approval on an annual basis.
And,
Go ahead, Alderwood.
it's an optional.
It's just
program.
yep, it's just an additional choice.
Okay.
Did you host a meeting on
The
this?
meeting is scheduled for a week from tomorrow.
Okay, based upon what happens.
Yep.
Okay. Further questions or discussion?
Nope.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Item 6 is new business. 6A is consideration of resolution 16-11-2133, the library parking lot design approval. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion and second. You don't look like Eric.
Hi.
Better looking, I must say.
I thought I would use the camera thing, but let's
Nope.
see.
We-
I can just pass this out, actually. You can just pass it down. Thank you for hearing these concerns or hearing this resolution. What I'm passing around is just a background for just a summary of the process so far. And I want to skip ahead to the fall of this fall, where we requested the city council approved the original design, and they requested some alternatives to increase the number of parking stalls. The original design that was approved was 28 stalls, and there are two options that Strand and Associates came up with. One of the things that the library board discussed last week was the safety concerns of the parking lot. It's kind of what got this whole ball rolling, was the safety concerns, drainage issues, and the steepness of the lot. Several people have fallen in the lot, including Eric, and I think it was a year or so ago, Pamela picked someone up who had fallen in the parking lot, so it happens, unfortunately. And CIVMIC, several years ago, CIVMIC is the city's insurance carrier. They cited the library's parking lot as one of the most hazardous places of the parking lots in the city. So that's another reason we just really feel like this is an important thing to consider, that we want to be as safe here at the library as we can. So Strand and Associates was hired to come up with a design that fixes the steepness leading up to the building, drainage issues, and the safety. So the parking or the center sidewalk was to help people so they didn't have to walk through behind cars. So City Council came, I would like to put these two alternatives up.
Mayor, before she gets into it, I don't know if you remember in the capital discussion, there was a placeholder put in because we never actually approved any design. And so there's never been an official approval yet.
So this is for the capital,
Yes, this
budget.
is the capital.
which we left open.
We left that as a placeholder based on when it came.
The belief that we're going to do something is
Yeah.
just what we were going to do.
Yes.
Thanks, Mark. The original amount that was approved was $197,000. And the library board approved alternative 2, which is, thank you, this one.
Better than kids with us.
It's upside down there. And scan out, you should be fine.
So the existing parking lot has 47 parking stalls, and the version that City Council approved, the $197,000 version, the original one, brought it down to 28 parking stalls. So that's why the City Council asked for some alternatives to increase the lot. So this design bumps out. So here we are on, this is Healy Lane. And this is Nichols Road. And here's the center, this is the building, this is where we're at right now with the two handicap stalls. It has a center walkway, additional sidewalks here along Healy. And this whole section is in expansion of the footprint of the parking lot, where those extra stalls are coming from. Joining us this evening to answer all your technical and cost questions is Kristen Herbert from Strand & Associates. She's an engineer. Do you want to join me over here, Kristen? Thanks.
So just to give a little heads on, the project was approved for 197, which was the placeholder amount. I believe this project comes into 253,000.
Correct.
256.
256. So there's an additional about $58,000 to the original plan.
Here's the drawing.
What we haven't borrowed for the money yet, so this will be just a straight increase to what we'll be borrowing in the 2016-2017 capital.
The capacity to do that, correct, in the capital budget?
We do.
Welcome, Kristen.
Thanks
Alder
for
Bussey?
having me.
Question as far as snow removal, is there an area here to stack snow, or is this something we're going to lose parking stalls during the winter? How would that work?
As far as snow removal goes, I don't know where that would be put if you were trying to keep the sidewalk open in the winter. So that's something that has not been discussed.
And one of the concerns was that the width was there
The
That-
width,
of that sidewalk
yes.
for plowing, that we have some piece of equipment that's able to do
Oh,
that,
okay.
so that doesn't have to be done by hand. And that was one of the concerns.
Okay.
So it needs to make sure either we have a bobcat or a some equipment that we have, it needs to work, because we do not want people having to manually shovel that sidewalk. Alder Bussey.
So that there's a new retaining wall along Nichols, correct?
Correct.
Mhm.
And then What is, on either side of the sidewalk and in some of these areas adjacent to the sidewalk, what is that, grass? Is that mulch? Is it stone? What type of materials?
Well, I'm not 100% sure how far the landscaping plan has come.
Got it.
It could be grass, or probably whatever
Okay,
needed to be.
okay. So that hasn't been finalized, but are there numbers in the budget for landscaping?
No.
There is numbers for
Seed
seed
restoration. Yeah, seed
Trimming grass.
restoration. To the tune of $4,500. And these numbers, these are very conservative, I assume.
They are.
Yeah, because to me, they're very dart throwing-ish.
We come up with them based on other construction costs in the area, and then with the amount of inflation that you would expect within the year. So they could be right on, they could be a little high, they could be a little low. But there's also a contingency built into this.
Good. It looks like those grasses that we have along Nichols are gonna disappear, and I know that, true, all that's being wiped out. So as we replace some sort of landscaping plan here to continue to make it, that was an attractive feature. Just make sure that there are sufficient resources available to return it to a state that the city would continue to be proud of.
I know the library has a voluntary garden program, because those are very hardy grasses, and I would hope those would be, if at all possible, saved, because it does make a nice buffer.
It does.
Makes an excellent buffer, and they're beautiful. Anything else? All right. Hearing no further discussion, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood,
Aye.
Alder Bussey,
Aye.
Approves, moves on to city council.
Design. There's two.
Oh, that was
two
the
proposals.
design.
Yep.
Next is consideration of resolution 16-11-2134, amending the 2017 capital budget for the reconstruction of the library parking lot.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion and
Does this have to
second?
be removed from the table too?
No. Well, no. The whole thing was,
It's a new amendment.
Okay.
It's not,
oh, no.
It's a new amendment,
new
you're right.
amendment, yeah, okay. Discussion? Questions? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Bussey,
Aye.
Alder Wood,
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you, ladies.
Item number 7 is acceptance of the general fund accounts payable checks dated November 3rd through the 17th of 2016. Mr. Haudecker.
just kind of a lot of just ordinary things going on. Any questions?
We sure do use that credit card, don't we?
Yeah, they do. Well, you used to get money back, so that's the reason why we use it, so.
But that all makes, that never gets questioned by the auditors?
They review them, actually, that's one of the things they'll focus on, so.
Okay, so it's scrutinized, because
So
it just
basically-
seems like a,
So basically, each one, they have, each individual activity has a receipt that's approved on there, so they look at it and make sure it's in the budget.
Okay.
expenditure.
and I look at them too when I sign the checks. Yes, it's very thick when it comes to my desk with
Okay.
lots of receipts.
and it just, I can see on the smaller stuff, like, sandwiches or something like that for a meeting, but on some of these, if they shouldn't be a charge account set up. But that's your call, so if you're cool, I'm cool. All right,
Yeah, if you go to page, just want to hit on page 9. Skip up to there. Just want to hit on there, pumps, tires. Just want to show you, you got some dump trucks that had their tires replaced, the expense associated with replacing those tires. Below there, Reliant fire apparatus. It was part of the approved capital budget. You go to page 12. Page 12, just veer back there. Just wanted to show you what their items they've been working on for us. Underneath that, Von Reason and Robert, that is our labor attorney we've been working with currently. As you're aware, there was a ruling that came down, and he's the one that's been working on that for us. WRC. Page 15. This is the WVMO bike. This is set up as we paid it, and we're getting reimbursed. We have a receivable book for this, so they'll reimburse us. We have an agreement signed to have them reimburse the fundraise for this and reimburse the media fund.
So is this the one I
ice
saw
cream
at the
cart.
The ice cream truck, okay.
Yeah. So what it is, they've formed a Friends of committee,
Wonderful.
and they are to pay this back over 3 years.
Great.
On page 16, like the mayor said, here's our bank card services. If you have any questions on there, if you look through it, we can always get you the detail of it. Like I said, a lot of it's conferences, meetings, but other stuff. I know Jake will use it a lot for his rec program. Dan uses it more for things like farm and fleet and so on.
What do we keep at Monona Self-Storage when we have that big, beautiful shed now? Third from the bottom.
It's all my special event supplies,
Oh, that'd be Jake.
all of our props and.
And there's not room at Public Works for it? Okay. That's an annual fee?
Monthly. Well, the first one is through the end of the year, and that's a monthly fee.
$287 a month?
It's $175 a month.
Okay.
Page 19, Cranberry Creek Catering. I just want to hit on that. Just election meals. We do pay for election people. It was a very successful and stressful election here. Very successful for Joan. Again,
I have one question that I guess I would direct to Leah, but I noticed that we use Office Depot and not Staples. Is that for price competitive reasons, or I would hope we always use a local vendor?
Actually, Aline does all of our office supply buying, and she shops around everywhere.
Okay.
So she purchases from wherever she can get the lowest price, whether it's Staples or Office Depot or
we do use.
Max or.
I'm going to let them know that, because again, it would be nice that we keep those dollars in the community, but if they're not competitive.
I think she certainly buys some things from Staples,
I've just noticed the last few of these, it's always been Office Depot.
We do have accounts at Staples also.
Yeah, yeah.
Page 25, just want to hit the last couple things. Razor Sharp screen printing is the bike logo t-shirts. Just know we pay for them, and we are getting reimbursed for those shirts, so it's really zero effect on that. That's out to zero once we get all the money collected and we sell them. Underneath that, Roto-Rooter, grease removal. It's expensive when we have to get in there and clean those lines. At the bottom, Tapco arrow board. That is a Public Works. That's one of those boards you see the construction sites with the arrows for safety.
Is that capital or how's?
It's part of I believe it was a grant we got. It was part of the safety and the operating
Oh, okay.
safety equipment. That's all I have.
Questions?
Move approve.
Hearing none, there's a motion for approval. Is there a second? Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The checks have been accepted. Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
How many? Do you have left?